If you are a civil service employee who has received a personnel action or believe you have been discriminated against and as a result have been removed or terminated from your position, you may be able to appeal this decision to the Civil Service Commission. Not all actions are appealable, so it's important to speak with a lawyer about your options. It's important to know what actions are appealable. These would include removal, suspension, appointment, promotion, leave of absence, furlough, an employee performance review, just to name a few. Notably, oral or written reprimands and interim employee performance reviews are not appealable actions. You can also appeal discriminatory action or any other non-merit factor not related to job performance. You have a short window to appeal, so it's important to act quickly. An appeal must be received or postmarked within 20 calendar days of the date the employee receives notice of the personnel action or becomes aware that discrimination has occurred. Anything filed or postmarked after the 20th day will likely be dismissed. An appeal must be filed in writing. The State Civil Service Commission appeal request form on the Commission's website must be filled out. The form will ask the appellant or the person filing the appeal specific details about the action being appealed and the remedy being sought. To avoid any delay or dismissal of the appeal due to lack of completeness, it's important to speak to a lawyer who can assist you with filling out this document. Once an appeal is received by the Commission, a hearing may be scheduled. The appellant, the person submitting the appeal, and the appointing authority, the agency that made the decision being appealed, will be notified of the hearing. Most hearings are held at the Commission's Harrisburg, Philadelphia, or Pittsburgh offices, but sometimes they can be held via Microsoft Teams. The hearings range in length from a few hours to all day or multiple days, depending on the amount of witnesses scheduled to testify. The hearings follow a procedure similar to, but not quite as formal as, courtroom proceedings. The hearings are presided over by a commissioner or a panel of commissioners or a hearing officer who begins by submitting exhibits on behalf of the Commission. The party with the burden of proof presents its case first. This will either be the appointing authority or the appellant, depending on the type of appeal filed. Each party will submit relevant evidence and testimony in support of its case and may object to any exhibits or testimony. Following the closing of the hearing, the Commission will issue a decision and narrative explaining the reasons for the decision at a later date. Upon receiving a decision by the Commission, a party is entitled to appeal the Commission's decision. They can do this by submitting a request for reconsideration to the Commission within 15 days of when the Commission's decision was mailed, or they can file an appeal to the Commonwealth Court within 30 days of the mailing date of the Commission's decision. Asking for reconsideration does not extend the time for filing a Commonwealth Court appeal. If you believe you have an appealable action to the State Civil Service Commission, call a lawyer at Cornerstone today to discuss your options.